The cruise is back.
Very good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen.
And it's all aboard the newest and most luxurious ship in the fleet.
The decor is fantastic.
Majestic Princess is on her maiden voyage from Australia to the beautiful scenery of New Zealand. In the southern hemisphere, on the second leg of her trip, the temperatures are plummeting as the winds pick up.
Since yesterday, we had gusts of over 70 knots.
For 3,500 intrepid guests, the crew will be working around the clock.
Happy kids, happy parents.
To deliver an unforgettable cruise.
There is a magic to this. Very exciting!
This time, Captain Dino tries to make history by docking in Napier in the biggest conventional cruise ship the port has ever seen.
We need to reverse all the way in. It is a challenging port.
Singer Tanya has just 1 week to pull off her first one-woman show.
I would have loved to have more time. I'm going to have to think of something last minute.
And as the cruise approaches Sydney, it's the final hurrah.
Welcome to Sydney, Australia, Majestic Princess.
Majestic Princess is on her way to the port of Napier in New Zealand. And on deck 5, there's a meeting for a group of special passengers.
Everyone here is part of Cruise Critic. It's an online forum for the different cruises.
Cruise Critic forums are full of reviews of every aspect of a cruise, from entertainment to room service. Getting a thumbs up keeps passengers booking.
Okay, let's see what's here. This is the hot food.
And this morning, Claudia from Arizona is putting breakfast through its paces.
They have American bacon, but sometimes it's a little greasy.
Every day at breakfast, the passengers get through an average of 1,200 kilos of fruit, 5,000 pastries, 800 liters of coffee, and 4,800 eggs.
Fried eggs. Sometimes they sit there before they're used or thrown away, and they're sunny side up.
Prolific reviewer Claudia has some of her own suggestions.
So you have 2 fried egg stations. Maybe this station could be something more exciting, like crepes. Crepes come to mind, because I love crepes.
She'll be taking her feedback to the team at guest services. Whilst the adults relax on the top deck, there are also 27 children on board who must be kept entertained. Former Naval Officer Gwen runs the Kids Club, a free child-minding service that gives parents some much-needed me time.
Reach up super high to the sky, super high. You know, a lot of kids will come on board and they'll turn up here and they'll go, are there any other kids on board? Because I didn't see any. But that's why you come here, and this is their meeting spot. So go ahead and put your apron on first.
She's under pressure to keep the kids busy, and today she's taking them to a cake-making competition in the galley.
Jump on up, we're gonna get ready to go. We wanna make sure that when the parents come to pick them up, they see a happy child and they see a child that was able to have a good time.
As the junior chefs arrive, Executive Chef Nilo is there to meet them.
What you're going to do now is create a cake, whatever design that you wish for, just do it, all right?
After a quick demo from the pastry chef, the kids have got just half an hour to create their culinary masterpieces.
Oh, this is a great surprise. Marshmallows and strawberries in the middle. The creative side, I'm so impressed by these guys.
The winner is all of you.
All of you.
Yeah? Give yourself a round of applause.
Gwen knows happy kids means happy parents.
And that's just what we try to cultivate. The proof is in the pudding.
And she's got a big idea in mind to mark the end of the cruise.
In a couple of days, we've got the culinary demo with Chef Nilo, where he's going to be on stage, and the kids will get to go up on stage as well. I'm going to be so excited.
As night falls on Majestic Princess, the passengers make the most of the ship's facilities. And the restaurants and bars are at peak capacity.
All right, guys. Hello, how are you?
Hi.
It's good to see you.
On deck 6, 4'8" tiny Tanya is entertaining the passengers in Crooner's piano bar.
We hope you stay. Hope you stay. Stay and play with me all day.
I wanted to be Celine Dion. I wanted to be in Wicked. I wanted to do that, the big stuff. So I had trained my voice to do that.
My darling.
But then I kind of happened after college into this field, and I haven't gotten out of it, and that was never my dream.
Tanya has ambitions to become one of the ship's guest entertainers, and she's just been handed a big chance. In a few days, she's been booked to play her first ever one-woman show to see if she's got what it takes.
So slow
I'm absolutely ready for this, more than I ever have.
to me. All right, thank you so much.
It's morning, and hotel services engineer Scott is doing his rounds.
All of these screens have to be ripped out and replaced with this. Okay?
He's been called to the photography showroom to replace the customer display units.
Originally, those massive bulky units, it's been left away with this, which doesn't look good. But then with that, all the securing's different. So it's not a straightforward swap. 24 screens to do. What do you want us to do? Do you want us to continue here until lunch?
For photography boss Andrew, screen time is money.
It doesn't matter which way we kind of do it.
The sooner the better.
Okay.
Thank you.
With just 2 days left till the end of the cruise, the screens must be fixed so that passengers can order their holiday photos. Ten decks above, in the World Fresh Market, staff in the breakfast buffet are doing their best to keep the passengers fed and happy. And in one of the passenger lounges, guest services trainer and troubleshooter extraordinaire, Cynthia, is about to get Claudia's feedback.
How are you doing?
I'm Claudia.
I'm Cynthia. Pleased to
Hello,
meet you.
Cynthia.
And she's on frank form.
There are times when the food in the buffet is substandard.
Okay.
And they try so hard. They really do try hard. The bakery part is fantastic.
Okay. That's the things that we need to know. So
Yeah.
if you don't let us know, then we kind of just think everyone's jolly.
Yeah, so.
I'm
like
gonna
I said,
actually.
it's hard. You know, why are you gonna fry all these eggs and set them out there so they
It's
can
very
get hard
difficult.
as,
Yeah.
you know, why don't you fry them when they ask for them?
Well, leave it with us.
Okay.
We'll bring it to the right people that's in charge. You have been heard.
Thank you.
Thank you.
The ship takes guest and cruise critic comments seriously.
Hey, Karen. Can I steal 5 minutes of your time if you don't mind?
And Cynthia is taking Claudia's breakfast feedback to executive chef Nilo and food and beverage manager Karen.
A lady called Claudia. She's part of the cruise critics. She suggested live cooking. Now, I know this is very difficult for us because we've got a high demand of guests up there.
No, not really. I mean, we do live cooking. We have over 2,000 guests coming up there continuously. So a fried egg has to be fresh.
Yes. And she had a really nice suggestion, something like a crepe for a breakfast.
Is that we already have our station set out, so now the chef has to squeeze in another cooking section. So we'll sit down and we'll discuss with the team upstairs.
Okay, wonderful.
The chef, you can maybe give it a trial for one breakfast and see how it goes.
This is not her first rodeo, as we would say.
Majestic Princess is making her way around New Zealand's North Island. And on sea days, there's a full calendar of passenger entertainment, including flown-in guest performers. In the 300-seat Vista Lounge, Tanya is watching the matinee performance of British operatic duo Divalicious.
You're amazing. Can I take a picture with you?
Yes, of course.
As guest entertainers, they earn more money and play to bigger audiences. So Tanya is hoping that they will give her some valuable advice.
Once you get on the big stage, you've got to take it up a couple of notches.
No, perform it in your hometown, you know, to your friends, family, get feedback, and then really...
Like a nice, gentle start.
Yes.
Okay, well, I'm not doing that. I'm actually going to be doing it on the ship. So
For the first time?
yeah.
Great. Wow. That's great. That would be our recommendation. Do it for the first time on the ship.
Tanya's beginning to wonder if she's bitten off a bit more than she can chew. The ship is sailing through the night towards Napier on New Zealand's North Island, and Captain Dino is preparing for a landmark event.
We keep coming down, as the pulse suggests, no more than 6 knots, 5 ships land.
She's the biggest conventional cruise ship that's ever been to the small port.
We can start to take the propulsion half astern on both.
But docking will be a real challenge.
There's not enough space for us to go in and swing and then come back out. So we need to swing outside the harbor, reverse all the way in. So we're talking passing distance, about 50 meters clearance.
And there's a lot riding on it. If he makes it in, they could make this a regular stop.
It's good for Princess Cruises, it's good for Majestic Princess, and of course it's also good for Captain Dino Sagani.
It's 7 a.m. and Majestic Princess is making her final approach into Napier's harbour on the northeast coast of New Zealand.
Once we are 100 meters, can start to call the lateral minimum over there, yeah.
To help with manoeuvres, a local pilot assists them.
That's 70 lateral off the end of 5. I'm giving distances on this side, on the port side, and the other pilot and the captain are over on the starboard side. So we're just backing slowly into the harbour. This is the biggest conventional cruise ship that we've had into Napier.
As the port is so tight, there is no room to swing the ship inside the harbour, so she must swing outside and reverse in.
We don't want to start to stop too much because we're not clear here yet.
40 meters to go is to 30. 4040, yeah.
Bringing 144,000 tons of cruise ship to a gentle halt is no mean feat.
303. And Eric, how far now?
1.5.
And after 2 hours, they're docked.
Somebody up there was very kind to us today to organize this beautiful day.
To celebrate the ship's arrival, the city is throwing a 1930s-themed welcome party. Napier was devastated by the 1931 earthquake, but rose from the ashes to rebuild in the Art Deco style of the day, and passengers are off to explore. But back on board, the work never stops for the crew. With spare parts hard to source, some must be made from scratch in the ship's workshops. Scott and his team have managed to fashion new stands for the photography showroom.
So we've made these, and then the plates we've made, so we're going to install them both together. So now once everything's painted and everything's done, we're going to take it up there and get it installed. Happy days.
But it looks, this one just went in better than that one. I mean, it's flush.
Yeah, because they probably didn't clean. Half, you know, we do it properly.
90%.
Finally, the passengers can view their cruise highlights.
All right, guys.
Tanya is also making the most of the quiet ship and is rehearsing with the house band and choreographer Andy.
I love you, but you're mine.
This is her first solo show, and she's got big ideas.
I think we had this first, and then I Will Survive, because I have a costume change.
But performing on the main stage is very different to a piano bar.
You leaving stage, it's your show. They need to see you the whole time, so I don't know how you do that.
She may be a confident singer, but the reality of carrying the whole show by herself is beginning to hit home.
But having the band and the way that it's set, I cannot do the dress change. I'm going to have to think of something last minute, and it has to be practiced as well. And these are things I did not factor in because I've just never done it.
With a big rethink needed and just 2 days till showtime, will Tanya be ready? At 3 o'clock, with all the passengers back on board, the ship is ready to leave Napier.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is your captain speaking. We are really hope you have enjoyed throughout the time here in Napier.
And the city has been a big hit with the passengers.
Went around the city and looked at a lot of the Art Deco architecture, then back into town. Had a great time.
We are ready. Stand by with the love ball.
The passengers are making the most of the sunshine.
Starboard 30.
Starboard 30?
Yes, just to give a gentle little turn.
And now that he knows the port at first hand, the departure goes smoothly for Captain Dino. And the ship sets sail for her final destination, Sydney, Australia. It's 6:30 a.m. in the breakfast buffet on deck 16.
This is not what I expected, actually. So, crepes should be like round shape.
Executive Chef Nilo is putting the finishing touches to the crepe station that cruise critic Claudia suggested.
At least it looks much better. This one works. And there you go. Yeah, so we just put this one for now.
And food and beverage manager Karen has come to see if it's passed muster with the passengers.
Oh, I think they're enjoying it by the look of the line, and they're helping themselves, which is good, so they can do as much or as little as they like.
That's a masterpiece.
What is absolutely looks delicious. You can actually tell by the smile on my face just how happy I am.
But there's one person who's conspicuous by their absence.
It's just so unfortunate that I don't see Claudia around. So apparently I heard she's not feeling well. So yeah, maybe next time.
But thankfully the crepes have proved a hit with the other passengers. And as the ship makes its way towards Sydney...
All right, so, we're going to follow behind me so we don't crash into anybody.
Gwen has arranged a grand finale for the Kids Club, a culinary demo in the theatre in front of 1,000 passengers that she hopes will impress their parents.
You feeling game for a bit of a fun adventure on stage? No? Okay.
I will call them if I need this.
Chef Nilo is going to give them spatulas and give them things to bring out, and I just want to be sure that it all happens and goes to plan. I am nervous.
Welcome, one and all, to the Princess Theatre for a very special culinary demonstration today. Chef Nilo!
But with the demo underway, Gwen spots a problem.
Yes? No, put back that one in there. Put back the one in there, please. You had your breakfast? Yeah, good to go.
The plan is for the children to bring those ingredients to the chef. Being a good crew member that he is, he thought, this is in the wrong place, I'm going to take it back. But now there's nothing for the kids to bring on stage.
With just seconds until the kids are called out, Gwen comes up with a cunning plan.
Aiden, you're going to take the first thing out that he needs, and I want you to just try and steal something else, okay?
Okay, is my assistant right there?
Aiden, you're up, buddy.
Each of the kids will have to bring back an ingredient for them all to get a chance in the spotlight.
How are you doing? Oh, thank you for the chocolate cake. Yeah, just stay with me.
Cherries. Okay, if you can steal something, go for it. If not, just stay out there.
There you go. How are you, young gentlemen? What's your name? Lucas.
Awesome.
Okay, can I have all the ingredients I have out there? There you go. Woohoo! Amazing.
All right, did you guys have fun on stage? Yep. Awesome.
Now Gwen is hoping for some glowing feedback from the parents.
For them to go off to Kids Club and get the experience, it's just, it's golden for us, you know?
I have been told several times that, Gwen, you're so great with the kids because you're just one big kid. And that's fine. I love being a big kid. I will happily be a big kid till I'm 100 years old.
Looks like it's a gold star for Gwen. On deck 7, it's showtime too. The 300-capacity Vista Lounge is filling up for Tanya's one-woman show. Backstage, Tanya's found an ingenious way to keep her costume changes.
He told me I couldn't have a costume change, so why not just embrace it fully?
Assistant cruise director Sandra is keen to see if Tanya can prove she's ready
Thank you for coming out to the amazing Tanya Scott Show.
to graduate from the bar to the big stage.
Please help me welcome to the stage your ever-entertaining crooners performer, Tanya Scott!
When I was a little girl, they told me I couldn't have dress changes. I said they're wrong. Make you stronger in every way.
She's on a roll and is going down a storm with the crowd.
Working 9 to 5, what a way to make a living.
After 45 minutes of music and mayhem, it's time for her big finale.
If you just let go, oh, just let go.
Against the odds, she's pulled it off and brought the house down.
I had to totally wing it, and it was a beautiful mess.
Full of energy. Yes. I'm super proud. I know she worked really hard for it, and I think it went over really well.
Tanya is one of my favorite people. Just a huge personality, and she brings it onto the stage, and that was a fantastic performance.
Majestic Princess has traveled almost 18,000 nautical miles since she left Shanghai 2 months back. And as the cruise approaches Sydney, it's the final hurrah.
Let's land in Sydney.
A special runway with flares has been organized to welcome the ship.
We can enter our runway.
It might be 5 a.m., but most of the 3,500 passengers are up on deck to view the spectacle.
Wow.
Oh, there we go. There we go. Yes, yes, it's nice.
Because you see it on TV is one thing, you see it in magazines, but to actually like sail past it that close, epic, innit?
Welcome to Sydney, Australia, Majestic Princess.